Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It gives me great pleasure to introduce you to my husband, Mr. Tyla Pallas.
The wife.
And being his wife, I get all the best jobs. And the best job today is to ask him lots of questions from the fans or on behalf of the fans. So thanks very much, everyone who sent the questions in. Hi, Tyla.
Oh, hi.
Hi. Are you ready to go? Are you?
Yeah.
Okay. So, I'm going to fire away.
Oh, I thought we were
at the end
practicing.
of the interview, no, let's just go for it. The end of the interview, you got a special announcement to make, so I'll leave that to you, okay? First of all, we've got a question from Ben Alexander.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah? And he says to you, if you could collaborate with any artist for a cover song, who would it be and what would the song be?
I like Brown Eyed Girl by Van Morrison. And who would I like? Someone like the Pallas or something.
Okay. Gerald Stansbury, he wants to know how do you decide... Huh?
I was going to like the Pallas or something like...
Yeah.
Okay, go on.
But there's no one like them.
There's no one like the Pallas.
Great.
Which shame again, that is.
Gerald, he says, how do you decide which songs are going to go on which project?
Put them in a big pot, stir them up.
Maybe. He says that, I am thinking of the two most recent releases in particular. Sleeping Beauty would seem to have been a natural fit on Balancing, and Black Confetti then moving to Gold Rings.
Well, Black Confetti was only written a few hours before I pressed Pallas in the Ships, and Sleeping Beauty was left over from Chad Durden's songs, which I've still got more left over from that, and so that had gone into production and was being made, and so I couldn't switch them around. But you can switch them around digitally these days, and you can put something. You can make up your own albums, can't you?
So you don't get a collection of songs and think, well, they sound similar, they've got similar influences and they go on this album, or is it literally...
To me, it's like my paintings.
So they're almost, I suppose your albums are like a diary. This is what you're feeling at the moment.
Yeah,
this is
and
what's
it's there, and if it
influencing
gets
you.
out in time, it gets out. Sometimes something's left over. Declaration, which is on there, actually was written 2 or 3 years ago. Then I'd never had any lyrics or anything. Then Gary did this great guitar part and the backing vocals, and I love that song. So it goes like that. Mm-hmm. Sometimes something will be like, ooh. And also another one, which I can't remember, Shame, I think it's called. That was from about 3 or 4 years ago I wrote that. And again, so I can't, and that's the way it is. You hear it as it was from 3 or 4 years ago. Because I thought, maybe it doesn't need anything. So that's it.
It's like magic. It's not planned. It just happens. So, Gareth Hooper, he says, as you've done the blues recently with the Chad Durden series, would you consider doing a country-tinged album? The song Fool off the Dogs album, Happy Ever After, is outstanding.
Yeah, it's actually on my list of things to do. A country treasury.
Fantastic. I look forward to that. And when do you think that's going to be out?
Tomorrow. It takes time. I'm working on...
You put a bit of straw in the boxes.
I'm working on something else at the moment. An electric version of something.
But you're not saying right now?
No, I want it to be finished this time, so it's none of your pre-orders. It's like, here it is, I've done it. You can buy it and you'll have it within a month. No, you'll have it in, 1 day in England, 3 days Europe, a week in America and Japan.
Okay, cool. So moving on, Stuart Patton, he says, what lyrics have you written that you're most proud of? He asks rather.
Well, should have rehearsed, shouldn't we? We've gone. I like
the storytelling ones.
There's a story one, like the King of the Thieves. I like the way that all comes, and Another Day and the Night, and Bess I like because it just came, and a lot of them just, as long as the song is, they just come to you, like they're just there. So those are the ones I don't sort of go back to and sort of muck around with. And once it's just go, and you've got them, they're on your plate.
Fantastic. He also wants to know if there's a song that you kind of... What's your favourite song to play live, he also asked.
Of my own?
I suppose the same in terms of what you've...
Oh, obviously I love playing How Come It Never Rains because everybody's like over the moon about it, and but I like other songs like What You Do. I like playing Story of My Life, Supreme Creator. I like playing that one. It's good, good groove.
Excellent. And he asks finally, is there a song that you play live that you don't enjoy doing? You just do it because the fans are asking you to do that?
No, I'm lucky enough not to have to crap it. Oh God, we got to do it again.
Dawn Osborne would like to know what has influenced you,
Everyday
in particular
life.
behind the recent releases, the recent albums you brought out. What's
A lot of stuff what's on the news, which we all see, that you can all go, NFW, that's quite apparent. Knowing me, if you know what's been going on in my life, you'll see that it's all in there, really. Obviously, there's no fly on the wall, but just everyday occurrences, yeah. Okay. Or just watching something on telly, watching a film, reading an article in a paper, finding an old magazine, finding a book. Something can just, like Black Confetti came from reading the Bruce Robertson book.
Okay. And who's the guy?
He wrote, probably most famous for With Now Than I, but wrote the screenplay to The Killing Fields and brilliant stuff. Love to meet that guy one day. So yes, something can just trigger something,
Mm-hmm. Fantastic. And Marybeth Norwich asks what your favourite film is.
The Rebel with Tony Hancock.
Any particular reason why?
I just love it. If you watch it and you know me, you'll know how it is.
Do you like horror films, she also asks?
No, I'm more into thrillers, really.
Okay. And Adrian Wisniewski, or Newski, sorry if I've said your name wrong, Adrian.
Imagine if you pronounced Adrian wrong. And it's Adrian.
Well, I'm Kowalski, so I'm used to it. So anyway, he asks, what's the favourite lyric you've ever written?
My favourite lyric, again, I have no...
Too many to choose from.
I don't know, yeah. I don't think, I love that one.
Okay.
Like Scared of Dying, I don't know what's my favourite lyric.
Okay, so Richard Cleverly, he says, can I ask you if those big white cowboy boots were as painful to wear back then as his were?
If you had them 2 sizes too small like I did, yeah.
And those famous cowboy boots he wore for a long time. Yeah.
That's it.
What happened to them?
I have no idea. I painted them black. They might be up Tricia's loft, or they might not be.
Right. Okay. So they've not been sold. No one else has got them.
No.
Ian Bartholomew, he says he'd like to ask, if you had to choose a band to cover one of your songs, what track would it be and which band would that be?
Oh, God, I don't know.
Hard question. You have to think about it.
Did I say it before?
I think...
Suede have already got the bass line and drums going to Trash about How Come It Never Rains, haven't they?
Have indeed.
And then,
so you'll get back to him on that one.
Yeah.
Over a pint.
Robbie Williams, he's had to go, I'm sure, certainly.
Dave Melf, pal from Hi Dave. He wants to know why Sometimes wasn't on the Dynamite Jet album. He said
It was on the B-sides of all the singles.
Okay. And who is the actor that you talk about in the song Hurricane? Who's that?
Jim. He used to drink in the sun in Barnes. I always used to see his sort of get like this drinking a pint. Hello, Tyla. And he'd been in Crossroads. He should have been on the theatre and everything. The one thing I did see him in years later was a Frankenstein movie, and he was at the start in the inn going, like that.
Like a Hammer Horror one or something.
Yeah.
So you'd had a lot of practice drinking in the pub. Perhaps you could also go for that role in the remakes. And
It was just a bit extra, wasn't it?
so finally, both Wendy Moody and Rick Knowles have asked, when are you playing some live shows, and is it true that you're going to be doing a special show in memory of Paul Hornby?
Celebrating Orned. Yep. We're going to do it, me and Spike, full band, 25th of October this year. That's in a couple of months.
Mm-hmm.
But don't press the wrong button and turn it off.
I won't. Where are you doing this?
The Borderline in London. A nice little place. Everyone knows where it is.
Sunday 25th of October.
Sunday 25th, sorry, it's the 25th. We can also, so you don't have to come over from Spain this time if you don't want to. We're going to be playing the same sort of thing in Madrid and Barcelona, 27th, 28th. And Spike might come or he might not, depending on his diary, up to Edinburgh, but probably not. 19th of December.
This year, all this year.
Yeah.
And
we're going to do Flagrantly Yours, most of it. I won't say we're going to play it in entirety because that's, you know me and you know Spike. And we know how many bloody songs we got. So we're going to try and spread it all as much as we can. So. Fantastic.
Well, I know a lot of the fans are going to be really excited about that. And thanks for coming today. And
Olivia.
answering those questions.
To Hornby.
So, yeah.
Raise your glasses.
Raise your glasses to Hornby.
To Hornby.
See you later.